Hey, Mennonite Catholic fans, good morning. Quick gospel reflection. I think it's really good for people that struggle with gossip, right? And so, what Christ does in today's gospel, he does in a lot of gospels. He takes whatever the old law is, and then he ups the ante for it. So he's talking specifically about "Thou shalt not kill," the fifth commandment. And he says, there's three things that he says. He says, even if you're angry with somebody, right, you're going to be subject to judgment. But then even if you talk about somebody behind their back, you're going to be subject to the council. And if you say, "You fool," now we're saying it to the person's face, you're going to be subject to the fires of hell. And so what Christ is doing is he's revealing about how first our attacks or assaults on somebody, even to the point, all the extreme end of killing the person, physically killing the person, it happens first in the interior life, in the battle in the interior life. First, we're angry. And when we're angry, we're not just sitting there and like feeling the emotion of anger, we're actually thinking thoughts. And those thoughts are typically assaulting this other person. And we're thinking bad thoughts about the other person. That's how it starts. And then the next step, he's saying, is that you start to take those bad thoughts and you start to speak those bad thoughts behind this person's back. We start to gossip and we start to assault this person. We start to stab them in the back with our words. And then it goes from there to actually confronting the person and saying, "You fool." Like now we're stabbing the person in the front with our words. And at that point, the way he puts it, like you're subject to the judgment of the fires of hell at that point. So it's like we don't have to wait to physically kill somebody. We can actually kill somebody in a spiritual way with the way that we're even thinking about them. So if you're struggling with gossip, and I've certainly struggled with this in the past year, and it's certainly a battle that I continue to go with. It's not necessarily catching yourself when you're about to talk about somebody. Really, if you're at that point, you're already losing the battle. The battle first is in our thoughts and what we're thinking about the person. We often don't think about it this way. But if we're experiencing some sort of anger, there's always a thought that's associated with it. So the first thing is to grow an awareness of our thoughts, grow an awareness of really the thoughts that are behind our emotion of anger, or disappointment. It's not always anger that's fueling the gossip that we're doing. Maybe it's a competition, or maybe it's an insecurity. Regardless of what it is, it's always starting from a thought that's taking place in the interior life first, and that's where we need to battle. That's where the battle is won and lost. It's in the mind here, the spiritual battle in our interior life. And so if we want to stop gossiping, the first thing we have to do is take all thoughts into captivity, have obedience to Christ, as St. Paul tells us. And this is what we teach people to do at Mennonite Catholic. So if you're looking to grow in your awareness of your interior life, contact us. Go to MennoniteCatholic.com, sign up for a free 30-minute session with Erin, our primary coach here. She'll take you through it. And even in that 30-minute session, free 30-minute session, you'll grow in such awareness of your interior life just through some of the things that Erin will be able to share with you. Hey, thanks so much, and you guys have a wonderful day. Pray for us. We're praying for you.